Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in live with Joshua on this really shitty Friday afternoon. We're not gonna waste too much time beating to the bush, and we're just gonna get right to it. Book your seatbelts, because it's been one hell of a day. Let me get you situated here. Let me go live from this position. Well, you go get logged on here. I'm gonna get set up. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, buckle up, enjoy the ride. It's been one hell of a day, guys. One hell of a day, guys. Well, then, let's just say it's like this. Now what? Well, let's just see. As you can't see, but birds in the hospital, potassium, as usual, right? Well, we get in there. We spend all night in New York because there's no room in the inn, supposedly. So she's in there all night long. They finally found a spot upstairs. Joint room, no big deal. Told us to move us to a private one. One came open. Following night, private room came open. So we get moved. Everything's good. Today, they had some instructor bitch in there from JMU trying to instruct be like a nursing instructor for JMU students, and she wanted to run potassium straight. Didn't want to water it down, which you can't do that. It burns. We tried to tell her. She didn't want to listen. She tried to do it anyway. It burned. It hurt like hell. A little while later, I asked for a drink. A couple hours later, I asked for a drink from the tech. Never brought me one. Said something to housekeeping. Housekeeping said she couldn't do it. The staffing board had to do it, but yet housekeeping's always got me a drink in the past. She continued to talk with us and cut up with us and stuff. A few minutes later, security was knocking on the door, raising hell because he said we were harassing the staff and this and that and blah, blah, blah. If we wanted a drink, they had them for sale upstairs in the drink machine as a cafe. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, they've always given me one in the past. He's like, well, that was courteous, so I'm not doing it no more. Drinks are for the patients. Whatever. So we continue to just say more about it. A couple hours passed. One of the nurses came in the room. Bird decided to ask the nurse for a drink for me. It wasn't 10 minutes. Knock, 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 knock. And it's 2 security guys at the door, guys. 2. Once again, raising hell. Quit harassing my staff. If you don't stop, we're going to have the sheriff's office and you'll be out of here. Blah, blah, blah. If you want a drink, go upstairs and buy one. Blah, blah, blah. If you ain't got the money, come up with it or drink water out of the sink. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we've had this discussion already. They've always given me a drink. He's like, well, that's a courteous thing. We're not doing it no more. Blah, blah, blah. Keep in mind, guys, they've been giving me drinks yesterday and this morning up until this point. Just this guy had a chip on his shoulder, and he wanted to take it out with me. Couple times he threatened to throw me out, and I finally just said, forget it. I've got to leave. If I don't leave, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get kicked out of here or arrested once. So I had to leave. Jennifer asked for a request. She called the patient advocate. He came right on down. He talked to the nurse managers and supervisors. Felt like the best thing we probably could do would be leave. Well, then Rockingham refused to request a transfer. I mean, not Rockingham. The hospital we were at claimed that Rockingham refused it. Said they didn't have any beds, or refused to request, one of the two, whichever. In reality, where we were never put it in. So, I told Bird the best thing I could do was just come home for the night before I did end up getting in trouble. So, as you can tell, I'm at home, and Bird's in the chat room right now commenting in the comments as a mod, so. Any questions can be directed to Bird because she's at the hospital and I'm not. Somebody made a statement earlier to take my food with me. The food wasn't the problem, guys. I had SpaghettiOs and beefaroni and stuff like that in a bowl with me. I was planning to eat my own food. I had my own cereal. I had my own cereal for breakfast, my own Chef Boyardee type stuff for lunches and dinners. That's what I had for lunch was beefaroni. My own bowl. All I needed to do was use the hospital microwave, which was in the cafeteria, which was fair game. And they normally give me milk and drinks until today. So food was not really the issue. I mean, people was like, take your food with you and bring your food from home. I had food. I had plenty of food. I take my Rockstar with me from drinks. I didn't normally just get Coke or ginger ale there because I don't drink that much of that stuff. But that's kind of where we're at. Sorry about having gone live for a few days. She's been in and out of 2 different hospitals. We haven't had no time away from the hospital hardly at all, it seems like, because I'll be right back in another one. Sorry guys, I haven't been home from the hospital very long, and then I put my dinner in the oven, so I'm just getting started here. We will wait until now for more people to be online. Guys, if it gives you an idea what today's been like, cheers. Boing. And this is not very often, I don't make a tell you guys. And it's not just Coke. That is Coke and Old Smoky Salted Caramel Whiskey that I probably had for 2 years in the cabinet. I didn't get it this past summer, I got it last summer. Last summer when I was in Nashville, so yeah, I've had it. Because we didn't go to Nashville this past summer, so yeah, I've had that bottle for well over a year and a half. Our guy Bunker Hill recently told me That mixes really well with this. And I'm gonna tell you, he wasn't lying. This stuff is good with the Dr. Pepper cream soda. Maybe a piece of dry toast or something, you haul. I wouldn't go with nothing horribly crazy and greasy. I mean, you know how your stomach's been ever since you had them gas station hot dogs. You don't want to overdo it too soon, especially if you're just now starting to be back on the mend. Big advice, I don't care who you are, where I know you're from, any negative comments and you will be blocked. I'm not putting up with it tonight. I have mods who do not tolerate it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, if you don't like my choice of words or my choice of drinks tonight, kick rocks or get over it. You ain't got to be on here tonight. It's not very often, guys, that we go live on Facebook anymore. We normally do our weekly and bi-weekly shows on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook, please go subscribe to Live with Joshua on YouTube and Rumble. If somebody can put those commands in the comments, command YouTube, command Rumble. Please go follow us on YouTube and Rumble. It is very rare that we will be streaming from Facebook, guys. We're only coming to you on Facebook tonight because we want to tell you how Augusta Health did earlier. If it wasn't for covering something local, we wouldn't be on a Facebook, because Facebook is mostly local followers. I have a national base on YouTube and Rumble. Be sure to jump over and like, share, subscribe on Rumble and YouTube. Do I have a mod who can do command YouTube, command Rumble, please? As always, guys, we thank you for your support. You know we can't do it without you all. We love and appreciate all you guys. We try to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on and what we're dealing with. And honestly, that's why we haven't been on for a few days. We just had so much going on health-wise. Between in and out of the hospitals and trying to get stuff taken care of business-wise. Trying to get ready for Ian. It's just been one thing after another. Bird's health, my health. We go to the cardiologist in about 2 weeks and find out what's next for me. As of right now, not very many options. And chances aren't looking very good, so the chances of hearing a good option ain't very good. I know plenty about kidney disease. 4.5 years worth of it. Yet if I get drunk, so be it. I'm 34 and I doubt I'll live to see past 40. I'm not putting up with negativity tonight, guys. If you don't like it, like I said, kick rocks. That timeout was a warning. That's the one and only warning. From here on out, I will be blocking. I'm really surprised we ain't got no mods on here tonight. Ain't nobody really live with Lady Buckeye and Glory B and Stormy Trooper. I figured we'd have more people on here tonight. More people watching and more mods. At least one mod for certain was told us that they'd be on around this time, so I'm surprised that they're not on here yet. Might have got held up. We're trying to finish some loose ends and get dinner going first. It's hard to tell. She may hop on. We'll wait and see. So, what did or is everybody having for dinner tonight? Me and Bird had drastically two different things. I think she had some kind of pot roast and potatoes and macaroni, and I don't know if it was a cookie or what the heck she had with it. And I'm not having my usual tonight. In no sense of imagination. The meal or the drink. I'm sorry to do that, but the Facebook troll had to go. She was warned twice. You holler, you gonna be going live on Twitch, brother? I mean, is that another avenue I need to look into? I mean, tell me what you're thinking. Do you think it'd be worth it? We're trying to get a Rumble up to 100. Rumble recently changed their policy. It's $10.99 a month for Rumble or 100 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can go live without paying $10.99 a month. If y'all haven't already done so, like, share, subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Rumble. Also, if you haven't already done so, go over to YouTube and subscribe to Gwenny7, the lady who used to do the Gwen's Convoy meeting notes for the 76 movement. She's trying to build her page. She doesn't yet have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Even with doing the Gwen's Convoy meeting notes, she had a Facebook following for the transcripts of the notes, but her live streaming never did get quite the base. She never got to 1,000. Let's try to build her base up on YouTube. Let's try to get her close to 1,000. She's been live streaming some different events up in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and it'd be great if we could get her a bigger following. A lot of us relied on her during the convoy, guys, and during the early days of 76, because she would watch all the early morning and afternoon meetings and type it all out word for word in the form of a transcript for those of us who couldn't watch the meetings. That show her some love on Rumble and on YouTube. Did anybody ever say what they had for dinner? I know I told you Bird had pot roast and some delicious sides, and I'm not having my usual by any sense of imagination. But did anybody ever tell us what y'all had? You're exactly right. Usually if I get a roll or a hot dog or something like that, it's very rarely for one. And if I do, the most I get out of any of the machines is just squirt cheese. That's about it. Maybe very little chili. Mostly just squirt cheese. If I'm traveling to Tennessee or Alabama or anywhere, and I'm in a hurry to get back on the interstate, I usually don't even get the squirt cheese or chili. I try to keep it simple. Ketchup, sauerkraut, ketchup, mustard, something like that. Now and then I'll do a little squirt of chili, and then a little squirt of cheese, but only if I've actually got time to sit there and eat it, because... And the problem with that stuff is you don't know, even with that stuff, how often you put those bags back in the fridge. If you leave those bags in dispensers until they go empty, if they take them out and put them back in the fridge from time to time, you just don't. With some of the stuff, you just don't know. Depends on how busy some of those truck stops and gas stations are. Yes, ketchup and mustard, at least is away from mold and it's in stay safe packs. You're exactly right. And I don't eat relish and onions and all that bullshit anyway, so for me it's just a win-win to grab a ketchup and mustard pack, or depending on what it is. DJ, it's not me in the hospital, it's Bird, I'm at home. We had a rough go here at this particular hospital, and after having security harassing me all afternoon, I thought it was best just leave before I did say something to get myself in trouble, so I packed up and came back home for the night. It's okay though, I'm winding down. I'm ending off a really crummy day and an even shittier night with a delicious beverage. And guys, Bird's in the comments, and Bird can give you my word for this. I don't drink very often. And if I drink anything, it might be an occasional Bud Light, Mickey Ultra, Coors Light, Mike's Hard Lemonade, something like that. It is not very often, you guys, that I break out the whiskey bottle or the bourbon bottles. If you see me reaching for the whiskey bottle, bourbon bottle, rum bottle, or vodka bottle, then you know it's been a shitstorm of a day or a shitstorm of a week. Because it ain't very often I reach for those. I've got a mason jar of a margarita like that, Old Smoky margarita, in the cabinet over here. I've had probably 3 years now. I still haven't opened. Yeah, when it gets down to either a good celebration or a total shitstorm, it's going to go in the freezer and get good and cold. I'm just letting it sit over there and strengthen until the time is right. Convoy girl, there ain't no taking care of this cough, dear. I mean, it's between my kidney function being garbage, my heart function being in the gutter. At this point, it's just nothing, ain't nothing gonna help this cough. They said my heart function's around 20%, so they can give a medication for it that could maybe help bring it up a little bit. But when it does that, it's going to hurt the kidney function even worse. So it's a catch-22 type deal. It's not a cold. It's not even COVID. I've had 2 COVID tests in the month of September alone. Labor Day week and the following week, both back to back. And I'm scheduled to get my flu shot in the next week or so. It's nothing. It's just a horrible cough related to the kidney function and the deteriorating heart function. Convoy girl, have I met you? You talk like we've met before, but everybody has usernames on here that we don't necessarily kind of know by their real names, kind of like a handle per se. We might know them by their real names and not by their handle, or by their handle and not their real name. So I apologize if we know you and we don't know you by your real name, or if we know you by your real name and don't recognize you by your handle. Hope the weather ain't too bad where everybody's at tonight. I mean, I know here it's really windy. It's really windy. The rain's starting to pick up. And it's gotten kind of darn cold, honestly. I went in Walmart, picked up dinner, got all the way to the check-in and realized my darn wallet was in the car. And geez, when I got out to the car, I was tempted to stay out there between the wind and the rain and the cold. But I already had my dinner at the register waiting on me, so if it wouldn't have been for that, I wouldn't have went back in the store after that. I'd have just got something else for dinner. I mean, this wind and cold is brutal. I don't know what the notification was. It just came across my phone. If there's any comments for me, please direct them during the Discord at this time, because I'm trying to mod and I'm live streaming from the only phone I have at the time being. If we get enough donations, guys, through Super Chat, Super Stickers, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, GiveSendGo, we're going to invest in another phone just to live stream from. Right now, I'm using my primary iPhone 13 Pro to live stream from, and that's also where I get my text messages and my phone calls. So it makes getting a text message or a phone call damn near impossible when I'm live streaming. And if we're live streaming on Bird's S22, it puts her in the same boat. With enough of you guys supporting donations, we can get a third line just to live stream from. But until then, whichever one of us is live streaming has zero use of our phone calls and text messages. And as far as that message that you just sent me, let me look it up. I may have to create one real quick. No problem. GB, we knew you'd be on eventually. We're really just getting started. You missed a lot of good information, but you kind of caught the gist of it earlier on Discord, so you're not really out of the loop on anything at this point. We're just filling chat in on stuff that you're already aware of. Bird, if you or anybody else would like to fill catch GB up on in the comments while I look into what you messaged me about, I'll be right back with you in a second. This shouldn't take but a minute. Pending I can find what I'm looking for, I can get it done relatively quickly. Come on, I just had it. Looks like a Christmas movie on, what channel is this? I guess this is Hallmark. I don't know what channel it is. I didn't even change the channel yet. I just turned the TV on and that's what was on. I apologize, guys. I'll be right back with you. If you have any questions, Bird is in the chat. She can address any questions you may have. Command member should work, Bird. Command member should work. Try that link and see if it'll work, Bird. GB, I've already told him once, I'm not putting up with any negativity tonight. We are streaming on Facebook as well. We do have some locals on here who know us through different, I don't know the word I'm looking for, acquaintances. So, but I'm not putting up with any negativity, and I'm not putting up with any backlash. If they don't like what I'm saying, if they don't like what I'm eating, they don't like what I'm drinking, they don't like anything, I'm not putting up with it. Period. None of it. No negativity about food, drink, language, attitude, response. No chances, no warnings. They're done. I gave one chance tonight with a 5-minute timeout. She started up again. She got the door. 0 chances tonight. None, mods. 0. I don't care who it is. No chances. Today has not been today to push my buttons. There is 0 tolerance tonight. It's the old saying goes tonight. WAFO. You wrench around, you will find out. Don't believe me? I just blocked someone who I've known personally for probably 10 years. Because she was warned and chose not to heed the advice. Can anybody see me? I just got a message asking where my video went, but on my end I have a stream. On my iPad I can see the stream that I'm recording from. I must tell on, guys. Your slow mode too slow. Go need to just slow mode tonight. A few minutes ago, I was looking up the link that you asked about. So you might not have seen me a few minutes ago. Okay, let's look into that, see what we can come up with that. Let me see where I can come up with. Channel, live, video, edit, show more. Okay, we just worked on the slow mode a little bit. having a hard time, finally having a couple things can't do because of broken back. I understand what that's like. Good help's almost impossible to find anymore. Guys, I mean, I'm not trying to be snobby today, but just sometimes enough is enough. I mean, and when it just seems like you don't get a break and it's just literally one thing after another, back to back to back, you just want to pull your hair out. Medicare's already screwed me once. I told them I didn't want the stupid Medicare because I didn't need it. They told me to go ahead and take it. The state would pick it up. It wouldn't cost me a thing. Went to pick up my prescription the other day. 54 medications, $54. Negative. I don't have $54, guys, for medications. I get paid on the 3rd. I pay my bills, and then the rest of the month's tight after that. There was hospital visits, and gas the way it is. Those are all extra expenses. I mean, and knowing $54 for 4 bottles of medicines, and I'd probably take 8 to 10 different medicines. Come on. Problem is, on those list of medications is 2 blood pressure pills, Xanax, and my mood stabilizer. And those are only some of the important ones. That's not even including other stuff like my Foslo binders, potassium binder, trazodone, or shoot. That's another one. I can't think of what it is, but there is another one. Some of the most critical ones right now with all the BS I've been going through has been my Xanax and my mood stabilizers. Because you can ask Bird, without my mood stabilizers, I'm a real piece of work sometimes. I mean, my doctors had to change my script a few times because of my attitude. But the fact that I had to leave and sit at the place over there, it's real funny when they tell you, though, oh, Mr. Joshua, your Medicare ain't going to cost you nothing, Mr. Joshua. Just go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take your Medicare, Mr. Joshua. The state's going to pick it up. It ain't going to cost you anything. Till you got to get scripts, $54+ for 4 little bottles for 30-day supply. Get out of here. Like it ain't costing me nothing. Give me a break. I really hope everybody's had a good day considering what all is going on with the weather. I mean, I know Ian's really been wreaking havoc on people. People's vacation rentals, their timeshares, their their careers, their vacation plans, just their livelihoods in general, guys. I mean, some of y'all's houses and properties and farms are going to be getting affected by this mess. I mean, this is, from what I'm seeing on the news earlier, it made landfall for a 3rd time and re-strengthened back to at least a Category 1. And it's wreaking havoc all over again in North Carolina, South Carolina. So, I think it said this is one of the worst storms, I think it said, since either Dorian or Charlie. One of the two. It's been a while since there's been a mess this strong. To the point that Ian's probably going to get retired when this mess is all over with. Is anybody on here except for Nightbot and Bird? I don't need to do a live stream to talk to Bird. I can hang up and call her. Bird, I don't see nobody but you in here, Nightbot. Looks like we lost our stream. I'm not sure what happened. Shows we got 15 people watching, but ain't nobody commenting. I don't think it would have been as bad off if I had StreamYard set up, because then at least I would see you on the screen. We'd probably have a better turnout if you was on the screen, but I don't have that all finalized yet. Oh. There's still hope for the channel. I'll see a red star. We're not alone in here tonight, Bird. GB, I hope you got everything all winterized and taken care of. I'm glad the weather permitted you to be able to do that today. I mean, it wasn't too bad here till about midday, then it started raining, but as the days went on, the rain's gotten heavier and it's gotten colder, so. When I went out to the car a few minutes ago to get my medicine bag, the rain had been picked up and the wind had been picked up pretty good. Not a lot of folks at J6 tonight as far as 76ers. I didn't see, but Glory B and Stormy Trooper was up there. So I'm not sure where everybody headed to or where they went. I know some of them were going south for the winter, like a flock of birds. Run, run, run. $85? That is real nice. It wasn't even that nice here yesterday when I went to mow a yard. DJ, glad to see you still with us. I was starting to think we lost some folks. So, what do we... I did see our buddy Scott Hostetter was served with some kind of papers today on the National Mall, but I didn't actually see what he was served for. So, I don't know if anybody else caught any of that video or not. I didn't catch all of it. Thank you, Nightbot. You're doing a wonderful job tonight. Give Nightbot a round of applause. Once again, if anybody would like to contact us for anything, our email address is on the bottom of the screen by Nightbot. We usually email back relatively quickly. I get those emails right to my phone and my iPad, so depending on the content of the email, it doesn't take long to respond back. Darn it! I think I left my candy corn out in the car. Shoot. it's about time for On Patrol Live to come on here at 9 o'clock, and I left my candy corn out in the car. Okay, DJ, as long as you're still on, and it looks like GB's still on. Bird must have went to sleep on us. I haven't seen Bird comment in a while. Bird, are you still with us? I think we lost Bird. Bird, if you're out of there on Sunday morning, whatever you want to do. I had a... I'd gotten a plastic tub of the Sacre candy corn. I think it is the one with real honey. It had the candy corn, the Indian corn, and the little mellow cream pumpkins on it. But it was a plastic tub type bowls, and it was the ones with the real honey, which is really the best candy corn out there, is the ones with honey. Some of that stuff is okay, but it's not as good as with the corn fructose syrup stuff, corn syrup, is what the real honey would have. But I'd gotten a container at Walmart, and I even got a candy jar to put it in, and my candy corn's still in my dialysis center bag. The blanket and pillow that I took to dialysis is also what I took into the hospital. So I just left it out in the car so I'd have it for tomorrow. Unfortunately, that's where my candy corn's at. I'd go out there and get it, but I don't want to be like Dorothy and blow away. Since ain't nobody really been talking about food tonight except for me and Bird, I'm going to assume that ain't nobody else eating dinner tonight. I know U-Haul hadn't really ate nothing since his stomach being messed up. He was asking if he should eat something. But ain't nobody else really shared your dinner with us tonight, so I'm assuming the rest of you guys must be fasting. Or you haven't eaten yet, one of the two. I mean, it seems like every stream we talk about dinner, and it's the only time we've had a stream yet about dinner that nobody's actually told us what they've ate or was going to eat. Well, GB, you might not have been on for this part, but Bird had a meal at the hospital, and I ate when I came home. And no, it wasn't my usual for once. It was not even close to my usual. It didn't contain any form of a sandwich or any form of a fry whatsoever. Homemade chili? I bet homemade chili would be great on a cold, windy night like it is here. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but it's pretty chilly, pretty rainy, pretty yucky, nasty. It'd be a great night for chili, put it that way. You're not eating, DJ? Yeah, you probably don't feel like it, honestly. I know U-Haul said he hadn't quite got back to eating yet either, so at this point he probably should eat something though. Well, I asked Convoy Girl if we knew her. I didn't recognize her channel name, but I know she's been in streams for. I asked her if we knew her a real person. It's like she disappeared on me. I haven't seen her since then. Well, DJ, whatever you had around noon, I hope it sustained you and fulfilled you and held you over. I mean, that's been a while ago to eat, to not eat again. I hope it was fulfilling. North Alabama, huh? Don't know much about North Alabama. Or anything about Alabama. I know Bird's sister and dad lives down there, and I've been to Alabama a time or two, but I don't really know much about it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like I'm an Alabama expert on a native of it, because I really don't. I don't know much about Alabama whatsoever. And to add really even more insult to injury, I don't even know what the weather's been doing down there, if it's been doing anything. I can barely keep up with what it's doing here. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Well, that's fulfilling. I mean, that's better than a Wish sandwich, I reckon. I mean, I'd rather have peanut butter and jelly than a Wish sandwich. Smack two pieces of bread together and wish there was something in between them. I like a good peanut butter and jelly once in a while. It's really refreshing when you're out mowing and stuff all day. Throw a couple of them in the lunchbox in the car. Eat them while driving from one yard to the next. Cheaper, cooler, convenient, and nowhere near as heavy. Once again, if you haven't already done so, please like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Rumble, guys. If you have not already done so, follow us on Rumble. Subscribe to us on YouTube. It is not very often we will be doing Facebook Lives anymore. Be sure you jump over and subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Rumble. Once we get 100, we'll start doing lives on Rumble. We also have super chats, super stickers. And we also have YouTube memberships. Please consider supporting the channel through one of those options. We've also got PayPal, Venmo, Gifts and Go, Cash App, Amazon wish list. All forums are greatly appreciated. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo are three preferred methods. We get those three right away. But all forums are greatly appreciated. If you'd like to contact us, you can reach out to us by email. Nightbot has that address. If anybody needs it, a mod can provide it. Or a mod can make Nightbot provide it. One of the two. That's fine, DJ. Call your sister. Chat's dying down anyway. Shows we've got 13 and we've got 3 people talking. I know I don't bring the kind of crowd the bird brings, but part of the fun, I'm not used to setting this damn thing up in the house. I'm used to doing this on the living room, on the front porch. Okay, I think we're a little bit better now. I think it's still honestly too close to me. Maybe. That's no excuse, Bird. The camera's not on you, you can still chat. It's not like I've got you on StreamYard. I think that picture's a little bit better, guys. I would hope so anyway. Don't tell me to behave. I'm sitting on my couch at home while you're there dealing with that bunch of asshole pricks. Doesn't help none. My anxiety's always high at that particular hospital anyway. It makes no sense. The hospital I normally deal with, and the one she normally deals with, I'm fine in. The one she's at right now, I have the worst anxiety in. Every time me or her, either one's in there, I have the most horrible anxiety. I was actually in that hospital last year and had an anxiety attack when I was in there. I cannot, for some reason, me and that hospital just do not mix. And that may have been part of it today. My anxiety might have already been high to begin with, just because of where I was. Not to mention, pretty much being almost completely out of mood stabilizers, so that's okay. We've got us a little bit of attitude readjustment. Cheers. GB says she has the nature. She's cooking it now. Wonder what she's cooking good. Hope she sets us a plate. Do you think it's anything I'll eat? Or do you think I'm out of luck? I think knowing GB, she might as well not even bother setting me a plate because it's probably not something I'll pull up a chair for. Sorry, GB. Hope you didn't make extra on my account because it's probably not something I'll pull up a chair for. We know how picky I am, and we know your choice of food over what I would eat. Bacon and eggs. All right, well, maybe I will pull up a chair. It depends. Bacon soft or crispy, and eggs scrambled or fried or over easy. How you cooking them? If it's crispy bacon and scrambled eggs, I'll pull up a plate. Kind of hard to beat a good bacon and egg. That's the only good and bad thing about eating. I've got a propane-powered stove, a propane travel stove, a propane travel grill, and a propane travel griddle, and no propane. It doesn't do any good to have the stove, the grill, the griddle, if you get a propane to power any of them. Fried over medium with crisp bacon. That sounds really good. Too late for a big meal? What time is it? It's only 9 o'clock. And I just ate, what did I eat? 3/4 of a pizza. I just ate 3/4 of a thin crust meat lover's pizza. And I didn't have a milkshake with that pizza either. I had a soda. Bird was on here. She was getting medicine or something. I don't know what she's doing. Sometimes I don't know if Bird knows what she's doing. With that bunch of clowns she's dealing with tonight, it's hard to tell. Absolutely hard to tell. I'm just looking to see if we're missing anything. Guys, I'm not sure, but this looks really good, actually. It's corn dogs, slit down the middle, stuffed with chili and shredded cheese. I don't know if anybody's ever tried it before, but I think it looks really good. And you can either do them in the oven or the air fryer, so you can do them healthily. $17.76. Opening memberships October 1st at 9 a.m. per Not Red Mama. Open memberships tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for the 76 Restoration Movement. 76rm.com. 1776rm.com. I'm not really down in the dumps extra, and I've just had one hell of a day. It's been one of them days where it just went from bad to worse to just a teetotal shit show and what else could go wrong. So I'm just at home having some spirits. Regrouping. Reamping, regrouping, whatever you want to call it. Just waiting for this day to be over with. Because at this point, I just don't know how else to expect this day to go. This day has been crap. Total crap. A total shit show, if you will. Okay, but yes, Jane, bird's potassium still low, still low, and the hospital staff didn't make matters to help any. Oh, well, guys, if you're watching on Patrol live on Reels, they got a crew out in South Carolina tonight. They are getting hammered with rain. And this one car, I don't know if he wrecked or if he got hydroplaned or what he hit, but this car is just, holy cow, this car is destroyed, you guys. I don't know what in the world happened to this guy, but his car is just absolutely teetotally demolished. I don't know if he rode it or if somebody ran into him. This car is destroyed. It's in, where's he at? Richland County, South Carolina, and they're getting hammered tonight from the Ian. GB, my day's gonna get better. All bad things must come to an end. I told Bird I was just gonna leave the hospital before I got myself into trouble. I stopped at the store and picked up dinner. I came home, I made dinner, I made myself a drink, and I'm just spending my Friday night with you guys. Watching some live PD. I love these kind of reality shows. I think the fact that I've got a history in fire rescue contributes to my interest in these type of productions. This car is destroyed. I think they said he rolled it a couple times. I mean, this car is beat to hell. DJ was originally on Ian's stream. He was at the National Mall when they served him, but it's my understanding he since either that idiot don't delete nothing. He must have made the video private. But it was done on his own stream earlier this afternoon. He had gotten something from the food truck, and he was actually eating lunch when they came up to him. Came off the interstate, through the median, down to the side of the road, rolled it several times. You can see the grass all over the road where he went through the grass, and the car's beat to hell. There's nothing left to this car. This guy's lucky he's even able to talk to the paramedics and the firefighters the way this car looks. This car is beat to shit. What a accident. DJ, when I watched some of it earlier and it was on there, when Bird went to look for it, she couldn't find it. But he had it titled hashtag journalism. It starts off with him harassing. At one point, he's harassing some creeper on a park bench. He's phoning him around the National Mall, and then he sits on a bench and he's creeping up on him until he finally runs him off. A little while later in the video, he's getting lunch, and sometime I don't know if he's eating a hot dog or what he's eating. He's eating some kind of a sandwich or something. And they served him while he was eating lunch, but it was titled hashtag journalism. I know Bird went to look for it and she couldn't find it, so knowing piss for Vance, he probably made it private.
There's possibly another individual still inside the store who was with the one who's been detained. So we're just hanging out here to see if he comes out. There's this entrance as well as the one on the south side over there.
Thank you, Jen W. We appreciate the prayers.
Around in case he comes out as well, and then have the unmarked vehicles kind of keep in watch there.
Yes, I get on Taco Joe's channel almost every night, especially if we're at the hospital. It's so hard to sleep around the hospital, by the way they come in and out all the time, so a lot of times I'll be on Taco Joe's channel for at least, it's usually around 10 o'clock my time when he goes live. So I usually watch him until at least 12, 1 o'clock at night, sometimes 2, which would be 10 or 11 his time, go figure, so, and then turn it off. Usually get a good couple hours in, roughly. I fell asleep last night watching him, so. I don't know last night if I ever did find a suspect in that hit and run that destroyed that Mustang or not. I fell asleep and didn't get to finish the channel. He was on a bad wreck somewhere when I finally turned it off. It was his second or third wreck for the night when I turned it off. Because he had the one with the Mustang. Then they had the one where they went to the Slime Ball Hotel where they arrested someone for domestic. Then I think they had something possibly where the parents were overdosed or passed out or something with the 8-year-old in the back seat at the laundromat or something. And then there was another wreck or two. Taco Joe had a lot going on last night. He had a exciting channel last night. He had tons of content. I didn't get to finish watching it all. I fell asleep during part of it. We like Taco Joe. We've met him before. We've taken pictures with him. We've actually got to spend time with Taco Joe in the National Mall. Wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. He's everything in person that he is on his stream. Absolutely wonderful personality. We've met several of these streamers. We've met Oreo, BCP, WYSIWYG, Taco Joe, several of them. Taco Joe, he is definitely, he's the same in person as he is on his stream. Absolutely wonderful guy. No more Propel water. I don't drink Propel water, Amy. I have a bigger problem than Propel water. If Propel water was my only problem, I'd be in good shape. Propel water is definitely better for me than these damn things. And for those who take membership, the red star beside your name is not accidental. When I first started selling Rockstar, Fruit Punch was a black can with a red star.
So we're potentially going to look for her to come out as well.
Hence where the red star came from. I think I've actually got one out in the car that I came across the other week at the store, but it's a black can with a red star. That's where that's why the person, the membership emoji would be a red star beside your name.
Someone who's already fled from authorities. Yeah, they obviously have an expectation this person is probably going to run again. So the smart thing to do, communicate with one.
Bird, you're throwing everybody off. You're commenting under the drunk Lava Joshua name. I understand why you're doing it. You have to do it. Because we don't want to put your real name out there. I don't care if they know my name. Everybody on here knows my name. I'm on from my personal page all the time. But not a lot of folks in here know your first name, and we try to keep it that way.
Let's go back to Berkeley County, because it looks like Corporal B.J. Nelson has now arrived on the scene.
But you're even throwing me off when I look down at the screen and I see a Lava Joshua. And I'm the one doing the live, and you're the one doing the commenting. Defender of plants. I still gotta change the thumbnail when I get off of here for this stream. I haven't done it yet.
Alright, so due to the storm, we had somebody inside the building, unknown employee, or somebody got inside through a key or through the magnetic stuff.
Maybe he has already done. I don't know. I didn't think I'd done it yet. I might have already done it.
When they went to, they got motion sensors that turned on. So they basically tried to make contact with the subject, said hey, and he fled out the building. So basically we're gonna get a group of us, put canine tie down, basically clear the building that way. Where does the blood at?
What's funny, X-Dan? I mean, I may have missed something. You said that's pretty funny, but that's pretty funny. You want to fill me in? Well, Amy, if that's the case, I need to just start eating salt by the sodium by the container, because I normally have high potassium. I'm normally anywhere from between 6 and 7 something, so I guess I need all kind of sodium. If that's the case. It's really confusing, guys, because Bird's at the hospital and I'm at home. I was having a bad experience at the hospital and I kept getting harassed by security, so I told her I was going to come on home before I got in trouble, so I'm at home and she's at the hospital, so if we're confusing you guys, I apologize, but that's what's going on. Hope that helps solve some of the confusion.
Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, make yourself known. If not, my dog will find you and bite you. Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, make yourself known. If not, my dog will find you and bite you. The Berkeley County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside this building, make yourself known.
Thank you, Nightbot. You're doing a wonderful job. Well, guys, ain't nobody really chatting too much tonight, so we've been on here a little over about an hour and a half. We've came on. We've kind of told you how our day's been the last couple of days that we haven't been live. Birds kind of gave you an update on her situation. We kind of gave you an idea on how my days went, how her days went. Most of you guys have told us how you guys' days have went. I'm assuming you guys are all faring pretty well with the weather if you're able to come on here and chat with us. We hope y'all all have a wonderful night. We may catch y'all tomorrow. I'm not going to make you any promises. We'll definitely see you within the next 2 or 3 days. Y'all have a wonderful night. Have a good weekend. Stay safe with the impending weather. Live with Joshua out.